Hi guys, what's up? Lovely hair today. My name is Angie, and today I'm going to show you guys how I went from this to these eyebrows right here. So if you want to know how I filled them in, what products I used, and if I used the God's power to make my eyebrows on point, please keep watching and remember to subscribe.
Time can never break your heart, but it'll take the pain away. Right now, our future's certain. I won't let it fade away.
Oh, and just a tip, I am not offending any of your eyebrow techniques in this video, just an FYI. This is how I fill my eyebrows. If you like the natural look, then continue on. If you like the Instagram eyebrow look, this video is for you, but please do not bash me in the comments like, oh, well, you're not doing this right. This is how I do it. This is how I like my eyebrows. Now, some people can be very easily offended, so this video is just for entertainment purposes, and it's not being like, oh, well, you're doing your eyebrows wrong, so you need to fix it by doing this. It's not that. I'm just showing you guys how I do my eyebrows in case you guys wondered, so continue on with the video. Okay, so prior to this, I already moisturized my eyebrows with my Eucerin Day Lotion with SPF 15. It's the redness relief one. So I'm going to use the Define Brows palette from Profusion. This is a little bit janked up, but I'm using it until it runs out because it's an amazing thing. And I'm going to use the little spoolie that comes with it. I don't know why I forgot to include the part where I was brushing my eyebrows, but I just brushed my eyebrow hair sideways before I began using the product. So I normally only use the light shade in the chocolate brown sections. And I start off in the middle section. This is hard to do on camera, but I just kind of go like this lightly, and then as the product starts to go in, I go deeper. And when I do my eyebrows, if I'm doing like a full face of makeup with eyeshadow, concealer, and everything, I do my eyebrows in the beginning. Trends come and go. So for example, Instagram eyebrows used to be all the rage, and I liked them, and everyone else liked them, and now they're like hating on Instagram eyebrows. I personally still like Instagram eyebrows, so I'm still gonna do them. So people say, oh, you get a harsh eyebrow if you go hard like this and you try to shape it like this. I really don't care. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my eyebrows when I do what I do right now, rather than going lightly and getting those natural eyebrows. I'm going to continue to do the eyebrows like this. So I kind of like a arch, but not too much of an arch. I kind of compensate for the arch with more thicker, like a thicker shape. And then I keep building it up, depending on if I need to build up or not. If I feel like I need some more pigments, then I keep doing it. This step, it outlines and it also fills in, so I use this step as a multi-purpose step. And people normally, they build up over here. I kind of build up downwards, like I go from the bottom of the eyebrow to build up, and if I need to, then I go upwards. But I feel like if I go upwards, then there's like a brown cast that goes on my forehead, and I do not like that, so I just go from the bottom. And I think that is my finished eyebrow. So as you can see, there's a difference between this one and this one. This one looks more thicker, it looks more longer and everything, and this one just looks sparse and it's not as thick. So I'm just gonna do the same thing with this eyebrow to this eyebrow. The biggest mistake that I made for my eyebrows before, when I started learning how to do my eyebrows and everything, is not to make them look perfect. They don't have to be like they don't have to be twins. They can be sister and brother, or sister and another sister. They do not have to be twins. Do not think, oh, this eyebrow looks like this, and this eyebrow looks like this, and this one's a little bit tiny bit arch more than this one. It just, as long as it looks perfect to your eye and you can see that they still looked kind of identical, then it's fine. It's hard to fill in my eyebrows after I do eyeshadow, because then I feel like the powder just goes all over the eyeshadow and just messes up. So I like to give myself a base with my eyebrows first before I just do eyeshadow and ruin everything. So my camera cut me off at this point, but basically I was explaining how where my eye ends, that is where my eyebrow ends. So don't go farther than where your eye naturally ends. Just go around the same point as where it ends. because this is a powder product that I just used, I'm going to set it with a gel. And you don't have to use a specific brow gel. I just like this brow gel, and this is the one I only have. So this is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. I always like to use a brow gel just to set it in place, kind of smear off a little bit. I just go lightly over my brow. As you can see, I kind of made a mistake. If I make a mistake with the brow gel and I put it in the wrong place, I could just go over with the concealer in the next step. All these products are very reliable just because if you go to all my other makeup videos, I use the exact same product. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I use this thing and then I get spotted for it and never use it again. So I'm going to use the NYX Full Coverage Concealer Jar, and this is in the shade Porcelain. So I just kind of use this Aesthetica brush. I think this is the eyeliner angled brush, but I just use it for my concealer just because it's right thin. Just get a good amount and I go around my eyebrows. So I always like to carve around my eyebrow because if you see on the Instagram photos that I posted earlier in the video, you can see that they look so like perfect, and that's because I carve out my eyebrows just to fix any mistakes that I did with the brow gel, and also just to make it look kind of 3D and kind of up in your face, which I should be because I work hard on my eyebrows. So then I just smear it in with my finger, and then I do it on the other side as well. And this also just covers up any spots of milia that I have around my eyebrows, so it's like a 2-in-1 benefit. And if I'm using eyeshadow that day, I'll just continue to drag the concealer down my eye just to help use it as a eyeshadow primer. So yeah, this is what they look like after I finish with my eyebrows. This is the same exact steps that I always use in the pictures that I post on Instagram or just in any videos. It's literally brow powder, brow gel, concealer, done. It's not that hard. It takes me about 6 or 7 minutes to do, and if I'm feeling really slow and lazy one day, probably 10 minutes. And I fill in my eyebrows mostly every day since I'm going outside every day, but I'm not, if I go out and I forget to do my eyebrows, I'm not going to be self-conscious and I'm like, oh, I forgot to do my eyebrows, now I'm ugly. I don't care. I just like the look of full eyebrows. So yeah, I hope this helps any of you guys, and I really appreciate all the nice comments that I get on my eyebrows, because they're like, your eyebrows are on point, girl. And I believe, I forgot her name, I apologize if you're watching this video, but she's always nice. She comments on my videos frequently, so I really appreciate all the nice compliments, and I hope this video helped any of you guys that were like, damn, her eyebrows are on point, what does she do, what does she use, and is she using the God's power just to get her eyebrows on point? So, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, great thumbs up, and be sure to comment down below if you fill in your eyebrows, and if you do, what products do you use, and hit the notification button down below so you can know every single time I upload a new video. I upload every Sunday, and be sure to subscribe so you can see future content I have in store for you guys. And once you finish doing that, be sure to share this video if you'd like to help your friends learn how to do their eyebrows. And remember to wear your crown, not a frown, and stay beautiful. I love you guys. Bye.